It's been nearly a month since 3 children disappeared along the Mississippi River. And tonight, the search continues for one of them, 8-year-old Allie Wilson Berry. The bodies of the other 2 were found earlier this month. And now Congressman Troy Carter wants the federal government to make sure that you stay safe when you're by the river. As Devin Bartolotta tells us, Carter wants to make sure there are no other tragedies.
Less than a month after this horrible accident, change may be coming from the federal level, putting Washington's eyes on the banks of the Mississippi River.
Kevin, Brandy, Allie, 3 names frozen in time on New Orleans' West Bank. 3 names on the mind of the congressman who grew up in their same community.
This is a tragic loss of life that we've experienced.
Congressman Troy Carter offered up an amendment to the 2022 Water Resource Development Act Wednesday. If the bill passes, it would require the Army Corps of Engineers to examine the banks of the lower Mississippi, examine the risks, then install lights, sirens, or signage to alert the public of dangerous water conditions. Technology that may have prevented Kevin, Brandy, and Allie from playing in the water that swept them away in late April.
When I offered this amendment, I did so keeping in mind my constituents who tragically lost their lives as a result of the insufficient measures being taken to alert the public of the hazardous risk of the river water conditions.
The children's families have placed construction fencing and signage at the site. Family spokesperson J.C. Kane said they welcome a more permanent change.
It's definitely refreshing news to know that for them, they're being heard, that their memories of their children are still living, that their lives are not in vain, and that someone is going to do something to make sure that this doesn't happen in the future.
A safer future for other children as family still searches for 8-year-old Allie's body amid the Mississippi's unforgiving currents and unrelenting grief, and in Washington, an opportunity for change.
Congressman Carter's amendment is just a small part to a huge bill. The Water Resource Development Act will now head to the full House, possibly sometime in June. Devin Bartolotta, Eyewitness News.
And be sure to watch the Eyewitness Morning News tomorrow morning. Congressman Troy Carter will be joining us live to discuss his proposal during the 6:30 half hour, plus all of the breaking news from overnight and a look at what's happening in the day ahead. The Eyewitness Morning News starts at 4:30 a.m.